Tammy went off to search the docks as he suggested, to no avail, while Senji and Chris went to look at ship-shaped ships to see if anybody had made a large ship purchase recently. That was hard to say. Also to no avail. Malzahar and Sophie discovered the goose. Mal's attacks, shocking Sophie and Sky, who suddenly had emerged coming from the Sizzler, yes. And then she obtained the Golden Goose quest. Sky heals the goose, but it steals her pan flute and runs, escaping to the rooftop that is hunted down by Sky and Senji. While Malzahar and Selphie are found by the town guard Glenn, who informs them that they are late for a meeting with the king. They find Chris exiting Dolores's with a bag of gold that he had gained from Harvard the night before. Tammy joins the group, and they argue whether to go to the king or help kill the goose. The goose eventually kills Sky, and Malzahar has to scale the building, telling the others that she is down. Tammy and Senshi climb onto the roof, and Senshi deals the killing blow while Tammy heals Sky, returning her to consciousness. So, in order to sort of fast-pace this, because I promised a shorter session tonight, we will say that you all have agreed to go with Glenn to the meeting with the king that you sort of forgotten about. We will jump over there. So up the castle, you are led to a familiar room for the four of you. I forgot that you guys are also going to be bringing Sophie and Tammy with you.
A couple guests.
And Greg.
No,
Wait.
Glenn leaves at the door. He is respectful.
Greg's all the way at the end already.
He wanted to come in.
That's not Greg, that's Glenn.
Glenn, whoever in the guard, I invited him. He was excited.
Oh yeah, he has the money. He has the money, that is correct.
Yeah, he's
Lauren,
my
can
pack
I
mule, yeah.
possibly still get my pan flute off of him, off of the goose?
Ooh, yes, I was going to say that if you would like, and because I'm fast-pacing this, you guys could go and return the goose body to the Sizzler to get the reward.
Ooh, yes.
I said I put the whole thing in the bag of colding. We good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right, you did.
wasn't,
Like I just said, like head and all in the bag.
But that was the only
But
way that
wasn't-
Sky
was-
can get her pan flute back. Is if
Oh
they
yeah.
find-
Well, I would take the
Yeah.
pan flute off of the
'Cause-
goose.
the goose
It's
doesn't
because
have
the
it.
goose also has a hoard of stolen items that
Yeah.
it was like brought the pan flute too, so we had to get all those and bring them back to their owner. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming we could just like bring the goose
we
and
wanna,
those
like-
items to the Sizzler.
Do we want a
and-
theater of the mind that later? Because that requires like we
Yeah.
go, like we do a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff.
That's
let's,
what I was just saying that it already
do that
happened. That's why I was saying it already happened.
Oh,
Sky
she is
got her
saying
pan
that.
flute back. You guys
Got
can
it.
get your
Yay.
reward. I forget how much it
Okay.
is. We can deal with that later.
Sophie does
okay.
not accept any money for that.
Perfect.
Okay.
I want some of that.
Yeah.
I helped.
Yeah, you went down. So,
But
yeah,
anyway.
beaten and
Let me
bruised, you guys show up before the council room. You'll notice that the king is not present yet. Neither is the princess or the Ami-san you had met the night before. Instead is all the council members and Glenn and a couple other guards. They're talking amongst themselves, but the mood
I
is...
thought this was a meeting with the king.
Yeah, didn't Glenn say the king was waiting for us?
We are extremely late.
Can anyone see if there's
Oh.
food?
There
It's a-
was
Chris,
goose
not the
related.
Oh,
time. Also,
Can
Chris,
we
where
no.
did you get your change of wardrobe? What the?
Perhaps we should not delay, and I make my way in.
I'll follow Sky.
Lauren, I don't have control of my token.
Oh, sorry.
I'll like bow at the head of the table
Where's Tammy?
again. And then,
Sorry,
like,
we're late.
I guess make my
Yeah.
way towards the seat.
Where's Tammy?
Tammy is just awed by the massive carpet.
She's in
Oh,
the
you're
cupboard.
Camouflage, look at you. Pass without a trace.
Is Pass Without a
Oh,
Trace
yeah.
still going? Is it still within the 10 minutes?
She just disappears into the carpet.
Pass Without a Trace does go for an hour, and I probably
Oh, it's
dropped it
hour?
at some
Oh,
point.
shit. Is it Fly that's 10 minutes? Yeah. Oh god, so many things.
What are the council people doing?
Can you control it now? So they had
Yep.
been talking whenever you guys entered, but now, you entered, the guards open the door, and they look over at you. They're like, well, you finally arrived, says Violet.
I'd still
Sorry we're
grab
late.
Chris before
We
he
had-
fucking sits in the king seat.
Sorry, I have to
I
do
see
that.
you.
Oh, I want
We ran into some obstacles on our way here, and I like indicate to like my dress, which is like clearly is clearly ruined now.
Oh, I'm in tatters as well. Probably covered in blood and goose feathers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's normal. That's not saying much.
Chris looks great.
Sylvie didn't do anything.
I have a bit of foie gras on my face. Like
I would move to introduce Sylvie and Tammy, because obviously they're newcomers. Giovanna, Rugen, guy whose name is covered by Violet.
You've met him
this-
before. Do you not take note? Do you not know
Oh
their
my
names?
god, their names are on the screen. Okay.
That does not
That's like a mess.
allow laziness. Sorry that I
I
haven't
got
do-
them in the notes.
Oh my god.
I'm the worst for notes too, honestly. Even as a DM,
Same.
it's awful.
You're gonna make me take notes now?
Yeah,
Huh? That's how
yeah, I
it's gonna
am.
be?
I was thinking about sending you all a gift of a notepad and pen.
Sophie is always writing down in her notebook, so you could always just ask her.
She's right behind you.
I
All right. Sorry. Yes. So they are talking. You guys introduce the new people. Violet has been very like, you guys were late. Sorry. Go ahead.
yes, we encountered the goose, as it's called, I believe.
Oh, that pesky thing. It's Rogan. Did you finally?
Well, it
is no
Shouldn't
more.
be causing any more problems.
That's unlikely.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, the problem is it keeps returning. You wouldn't think you're the first adventurers to kill a goose in an adventuring town, do you?
Say what now?
Actually, like, yeah, I mean, it's a.
Is
it
this
was
an immortal
Hellspawn.
goose?
Like, what? What are you talking about?
We're not really sure, but there's always a goose.
Is the goose some sort of metaphorical manifestation of the evil that pervades throughout the world, and therefore, until all evil is gone, the goose will remain?
Listen
I
here,
look at
you
Sensei
can't
like,
make it any
what?
more obvious.
Nah, it's probably just some fae pulling a prank.
Yeah, we
Senshi,
don't
what
know
are
what
you
it is.
smoking?
There's just a goose.
Okay.
No
Why
matter
has
what we
the city
do.
not formed some
So is
sort
that a
of goose patrol? If this
Is
is a
the-
reoccurring issue.
Is the
Because-
quest like a constantly up quest?
Yeah. It randomly steals things. You go out, you kill the goose, comes back. It's not that bad. Why would we go out having a patrol massacring goose everywhere? That's not good for the children.
Question: has anyone just caught the goose?
Yes, of course, you can catch the goose. The goose always escapes. It's no longer there when you return to the cell.
Oh yeah, okay.
But if we killed it,
When you kill the goose, it's gone for a while. It always seems to return again. Don't
And
know
if
if it's
we
the
eat
same
it?
goose or a different goose. But there's always a
Is it what
goose.
the king was wanting us for?
No, of course not. He wanted to know what happened in Harverton. But he had to go deal with some business. He should be back any time now. And at that,
Minister Violet,
what is it?
I hate to trouble you, but I was wondering, how does one go about petitioning for an event in Arendelle?
Well, normally
Like-
you'd have to submit it to a committee and state why you would like it as an event, how much space you need, whether it would be closing down streets, the decor, things like that. So it would be me, or the Minister of Finance. So if you need prices, if you would like, also you could talk to Giovanna.
Giovanna? Oh, well, I was thinking, actually, and I point over to Chris. Both of us have something to propose while we're waiting for the king. Chris, do you want to go first for Harbor Aid?
Sure. Greg, put the money bags on the table.
Oh, yeah, here, right away. Sorry. Here you go. Hi.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
raise
mean
some
Glenn?
money. You might call it taxes in your line of business. I was thinking you could build a fence.
Is that money not for Harvardton?
Yeah?
You want to build a fence?
That's right. Giving it to you.
What?
You know how to spend money, right?
Yes, I am the Minister of Finance. But what would you like to put a wall around?
Harverton, isn't that what we're here about?
Oh, I see. I thought we would be waiting for the king for this business. And at that, you hear a knock on the door.
Okay.
Who is it?
My question is, why is the king knocking?
That is a good question.
The door slams open.
Burst in through the door!
Ain't got time for
knock.
that shit.
Finally, you're here. Good, we can get down to business. And he's like wiping the sweat off his body.
Okay, like not his forehead, his body. Like, how is he shirtless? Like, what's going on?
Just walks in completely buck naked.
Don't you
Sorry,
know that
I'm late,
this is
everyone.
royal hot yoga time?
Hey guys,
Like,
you're
what?
in his house. It's his rules.
Okay.
Yeah, like really.
He
Just
is
wearing an
shirtless.
open bathrobe and like underwear.
I don't fucking care now. He has an open front shirt. It is a white button up, but the front is obviously open. You see his gleaming muscles as he is obviously a well-kept older gentleman. They're huge and bulging and also sweaty that now he is wiping with a towel that has suddenly appeared on his arm.
Is this what women want with Mel Gibson?
Sky is having a hard time looking away.
Sky has
His
daddy
gleaming
issues.
antlers being even
Well,
roguish in
parent
front of you all.
issues.
Sky, were you gonna ask something?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
I'm
yeah.
Did I interrupt my own meeting?
Sorry, Your
Twice
Majesty.
now.
I was just speaking
Oh.
to the minister about a potential holiday idea I had.
Alright, out with it.
Oh, okay. And I stand up and I like try and look as neat as I possibly can. Oh wait, I have fucking prestidigitation, so I just like look less dirty now. Like, but I look a little bit more presentable. And I just say, King Valamir, I would like to propose a national holiday of Maidson Day. Kind of like what the event that you put about last night. I think there was something you mentioned about
Hydrangea Day.
there
Yeah.
not being enough to thank Maidson about, and I think I disagree about that. I think we can always remember Maidson if we dedicate a holiday to her. Here in Arendelle.
What would you like the holiday to be about?
Well, just to celebrate Maidson, and maybe, I don't know, you could open up the market area and have all the local shops like sell their stuff on the street or whatever, like and maybe you can have some like flowers or whatever, and I go into like detail, like
I kind of look over at Sky.
and
Like,
go into
confused,
detail
like,
about it.
Maybe if we have a day for remembering people we lost, we could just have a day for remembering the friends we still have.
If we had a day for every member of the kingdom who has fallen in service to it, then I'm pretty sure there would be a holiday every day.
Yeah, so maybe just a holiday, like a remembrance holiday, and then make it a joyous event, celebration of those we've lost here at Arendelle.
The king is stroking his beard. He's like, I agree with you, Kana. We cannot make a holiday for everything. However, I also agree with Sky and Tammy. People should be remembered. And so, the best way to spread joy and remembrance is to have events. So how about a carnival?
A
That could be
carnival.
fun.
That could be a lot.
Yeah, a good activity for children. Can we get down to business?
But it's an
Well,
adventure.
Chris, you could
But he is right.
play.
That can be a later thing to discuss.
Chris,
It is a good idea.
yes, sorry.
But I agree with Chris.
Yes. Now, tell me,
Yeah. Sorry.
who are these people and what happened in Harverton?
Who was?
I don't really like having new people in front of me, especially whenever the ones before had an assassination attempt. Which,
the King
Chris,
Valamir.
I would like
Oh,
to
what?
thank you.
Oh god.
Oh, you heard about that, did you?
Yes, of course. Why do you think we waited before my entrance? We had to be sure
What's
that
he talking about?
Well, first, I suppose, let's talk about what happened in Harverton. Then we'll get to it.
Okay. I just look at Malzahar and I like shrug.
So,
Daggers at
Your
Chris.
Majesty,
Daggers.
when we arrived in Harverton, we assessed the situation. The dandelions were being forced out of their natural habitat, and so once preparing defenses, we moved to check out why there was an issue in the dandelion habitat, and there was a chimera. Unfortunately, the chimera fled when we initially found it, and I keep this as brief as possible. Unfortunately, it caused mass havoc in Harverton before we were able to successfully hunt it back down. So they will need some assistance, most likely rebuilding. The chimera has been dealt with, and as you probably already know, Clarence was on site, and it seems he was behind the chimera attack.
All of the ministers are taking notes while you're talking.
Did you know that the dandelions aren't just flowers?
I put my face in my palm.
Just
As
want
Chris
to double
says
check
this.
that we know what everyone's talking about, because it got me off guard.
Yeah, we know that they're not flowers. Of course, they're the lion creatures that inhabit the fields.
How come nobody told us that?
Well, we sort of understood that you were adventurers knowledgeable of the world and would therefore know what a dandelion is.
Nope.
We
That
found out
appears
one way
true.
or another.
That is true. The king finally finished. So, you defeated a chimera.
We defeated the chimera, correct? And I flashed a trophy because I would have taken a trophy at the time. I believe I mentioned I want to take, I think, a claw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. And you found a companion along the way?
Well, Clarence had approached us as soon as we had defeated the chimera.
He was talking about Tammy.
Oh, yes. So, while managing the defenses of Harverton, Tammy here graced us with her presence. She mentioned how she was related to Tyler and Tilly, and then I would offer her the floor.
Hi! She just kind of waves awkwardly.
So,
she
at,
did help. Sorry, Your Majesty.
at what point did the crops burn down?
Well, there
They
was
were
the
burning
initial
upon
attack
arrival.
from the dandelions, but the chimera, when we had first tracked it down its habitat and it fled to Harverton, is when it started to set some of the crops, most of the crops ablaze.
Oh, man, I'm pretty sure the robots were burning the fields to get rid of the pollen or whatever. The dandelion seed.
Well, maybe controlled burns, but I think he's referring to the more substantial damage from the chimera's fire.
Yes, and then the damage that you're talking about, Chris, wasn't actually fire damage. It was just destruction from the pollen leaves. On the crop photo, it looked like fire damage, but it kept being like, it's just damage from them being eaten and destroyed.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I can probably help with that.
Go on.
Yeah, she's got some cool stuff. Go on, tell him.
I do have some attunement with nature, so I mean, if it's not much, I was hoping to travel with Ami-san, and I said I'd go back and help out. So I was thinking maybe I could spend a day or two there, and help out. I couldn't just leave it like that. I think a lot of people will suffer if we just leave it burnt.
So he's looking at you while you talk, and then he motions for you to come forward. Come here. Let me see you.
She does. Her tail's kind of flicking nervously.
Right up next to him. And he'll put his thumb on your forehead and the other one sort of on your temple. And he'll be like, yes,
Oh?
you're a beginner. A little sprout. Learning the ways of the great forest. I think you will do good things. I'll allow you to go with our other druids to replenish the land of Harverington. It'll be good teachings for you.
Thank you?
I go sit down again.
Okay.
As Tammy sits down, I would then move to introduce Sylphie. So, should I just talk, I guess? Or does anybody else want to introduce Sylphie?
No, you introduce Sophie.
Oh, great. Okay. And I'm not sure if you may already be familiar with our other guest, Sylphie Choi, I believe. Miss Choi's daughter. Apparently she looks to accompany us for some reason.
Tell him you're to be married.
Her mother seems to believe it would be a good match. I am not. Approach. What do we do?
Violet is going to be like, yes, I know Sophia. Her mother is Miss Choi, Your Majesty. And he'll be like, oh, good.
Sophie's standing behind her chair, just bowing.
To like each
Why are you
person.
standing on the chair?
Oh, oops, that was a mistake. She's behind it.
I just picture her straight up on the chair, bowing in half, like it's standing. He's like,
as the chair gets pulled out.
yeah.
Oh god.
I don't agree with this wedding business, but I suppose if you would like to bow out of the competition, I shall tell the princess you're unavailable.
Whoa,
Wait,
okay,
what?
hold
No,
on. What
well,
was that about?
I have not agreed to anything yet, Your Highness.
Your Highness,
Excellent.
if I may,
But
Oh, go ahead.
I would be something, a secondary wife, if you will.
and I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, I see. You
Pump
were
the
Valerian.
brakes.
There's just nothing to be. You are Valerian kin, are you not? Practicing of their matrimonial.
Yes, but I still believe I should, truly love those that I choose to love and so on. And I've only just met Sylphie, and I've only had
I'm
such
just
short
kidding.
meetings
Yeah, it's
with- Oh,
fine.
Jesus Christ!
This is awkward. And I know
Yeah,
awkward.
a little bit.
So, at what point did Clarence appear?
It was 4
After
o'clock
we-
on a Tuesday.
Okay, Chris.
They're writing that down.
Yesterday,
4
and it
o'clock
was
on
after we
Tuesday.
slew the Chimera, or not yesterday, maybe the day before. Yeah.
Have you not been briefed? Is this the briefing?
It was yesterday. This is the briefing. They
This
would
is
like
the
a briefing.
I look at Chris like, this is the briefing.
Rogan is like,
Technically, this would be a debriefing.
yes, technically.
Oh my.
Yeah, the briefing was very short. That's part of the problem. Rogan is like, well, pretty good on defeating a Chimera, just the 5 of you. 6 of you? 5 of you.
5 at the time, now 6.
But you had a hard time with Clarence?
No, he was pretty chill.
What do you mean pretty chill?
I mean, he's got his head on straight. He seems to know what he wants. He's not messing around very much.
I am staring daggers into Chris right now.
I mean, you guys know him, don't you?
And I have never known Clarence to do something
wow.
he did not wish.
Well, he didn't seem real wishy to me, but I think I know what you mean.
And I think he wished to come to Arendelle with you. And I think that would have been a bad idea.
It was pretty easy to persuade him.
Yes, and he also appeared to have commandeered the minds of your compatriots.
I bow my head in
Thought
shame
he
when
was
mentioned
pretty
that.
shifty, but yeah, he's a slippery one. I don't remember much, but yeah.
Yes. He's like that.
Well, even his prees.
Well, again, this is thanks to Chris that we're all able to stand here and you don't have knives at your throats.
All I do is
Oh.
keep him entertained.
But that was key. Otherwise, we would never have been able to dispatch the guard with little fuss and get them all here without attacking the citizens. We had no idea what the actual cause was. You were managed to truss them up, I heard, by the time the guards arrived, and deliver them safely to the doctor.
I'm like, I just look at Chris like,
Oh, yeah, it was something like that.
Malzahar's
We
on the
sadly
verge of
do
just,
owe
like,
Chris
blowing
our
up.
thanks in this matter.
That was a lot of steps, but yeah.
yeah, Chris, thanks for helping us out there. Didn't
Malzahar
realize
is
that
trying
we.
his best not to outburst, but it's Chris's fault the Chimera attacked the village. I didn't say that. This is in my head. This is all in my head. I'm like, fucking fuck.
Just look over and he's like sweating.
Please, you should just say it. Just say
No.
it, please.
Madam Choi was happy
reaction.
to assist in that matter as well.
Yeah, she's a doctor. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Even more so than the other doctor, apparently.
It was quite thorough, her dispelling of the magic.
Yes,
Mother is
Mr.
always
Troyes.
thorough.
Is there,
It's quite
is there
thorough.
drinks at the table? Like maybe some wine? Something hard? I don't know.
Sure, yeah. A servant comes in and puts out wine.
Wait. So,
I'm like,
so
I'm gonna need another.
her name is Miss Choi, and she's a doctor, so she's Doc Choi.
That's
Let's say
good.
Doc Choi.
But she's a
That's-
sorcerer. Ish. She's like, Miss Choi is very powerful and was always quite thorough.
Actually, the first time she did it, it sounded kind of painful.
Ugh.
Yes, we've utilized Miss Choi's capabilities in the past.
I don't know what you guys are shuddering about. Senshi and I, she just, yeah, like it was just a little kiss on the forehead, and that was it.
He like looks both of you up and down. He's like, yeah, she's not that much into color.
I'm not sure how to take that.
Whoa.
That is racist.
I am insulted.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
am
Or
appalled.
species, at the very least.
I
Okay, hold on. It might not be about all color, right?
Oh, of course, she just, has favorites. Preferences.
This isn't a genetics thing.
No, of course not.
So she's
I
straight
just
up
think-
racist.
Well, no, I think are you just referring to her attraction or her general like of a certain people?
No, her attraction. This is why she favored you and gave you all handsy.
So it is genetics.
How do you know that? Well, I did say she was thorough.
Say she was thorough, and I am familiar with Miss Choi's hands.
Why are we talking about Miss Choi?
Is this relevant?
Yes. This is
Hey, we
very
need to look
off
over at
topic.
Sylvie.
Ah, she creeps into your mind.
Sylvie just nods in agreement.
Why?
Just like everyone's like talking about your mom.
Yeah, where were we? So you defeated Chimera. Clarence was really sketchy. Well,
The king is apparently racist.
no, the king isn't racist. If anything, Miss Choi would have been
kidding.
racist.
Your Highness, if I could have one moment of your time.
You have the floor.
Sylphie will use Mage Hand to send a letter across the table to the king. It is a letter of introduction from Miss Choi.
Okay. He's gonna take it. And what does like the outside look like? Does it just say like from Miss Choi?
Are you like paying him or something?
It would be like a little envelope, and it just has like if she has a seal or signature, it would be on it.
Okay. He's gonna pocket it. I don't know.
I hope to speak to you in private, if that would be at all possible.
Ooh.
I'm like looking at Sylphie and then to the king and then to the ministers and then to Sylphie.
He's like, bold of you.
You have to be as a merchant.
This is true. We'll see what happens after this. But, so you returned to Harverton. Now that was all that happened? Now you're here, you thanked Chris.
Chimera, Flames, Clarence, Mind Control.
Actually, there was damage to the crops there. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yes, the crops and the buildings.
Yeah, so due to the Chimera's attack, it took out some of the buildings there, and yeah, maybe we should. I would like to help out with that any way I can from a financial standpoint, if I can. It was done on our watch, so.
And Violet will look at the stack of money that Chris has put in front of her.
Did she like counted it,
Yeah.
or is it still in the bag?
Oh, it's still in the bag. They hadn't addressed it yet. They were writing notes.
Mm.
And so she was like, "Oh yeah, I asked that they gave us some money. How much did you say it was?"
What?
The money,
much?
darling. How much was it?
Well, I never
In
counted
the bag
it.
for Harbor Aid.
Half
Didn't-
done.
Man,
Tyler
it was in
Tilly
a cauldron.
or Jeremy tell you?
Well, I guess we'll just have to count it. But he said he wants to build a wall.
I got paid like
Or whatever you
165.
guys see fit to build, like probably rebuilding some of the buildings that the Chimera took down. Might,
Yeah,
make
Yes.
use of the money.
you were like freaking out about stuff.
Yes, normally Harverton has a barrier around so that things of evil nature cannot penetrate, as well as those with specific names.
Oh yeah, this is for the dandelions guy.
Fair.
I'm thinking like, a 5 foot, 6 foot fence could be made out of branches. Scarecrows might work.
Ooh, put some torches on the outside. They're scared of fire.
Yeah, see?
Torches in the forest?
Oh,
Or on the outside of the wall.
yeah, the edge of the fields.
Rogan's gonna be like, man, that's a pretty good idea. They could use some more defenses.
Yeah, they've got none right now, and we need to talk about that.
Violet, that's unacceptable. How could you leave people with no defenses? Gotta build, like, a tower and, like, trenches and spikes and shit.
That's rather hypocritical
this
of you,
guy.
considering you took away their ability to fight for themselves.
They asked for that
Okay.
because they had been used as tools of war and no longer wished to cause harm to others. It is not so much that now they cannot, but that is of their own volition. They are a people of non-violence, very much like monks I have seen in my society.
Yes. He's correct. Again, they did not wish to be able to do harm to others anymore. However, maybe this is too strong.
You don't. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't mess with someone's mind. You shouldn't change who they are because they ask for it. They need to change themselves if they wish to truly change. This isn't something you can force on people. You shouldn't take away someone's will to defend themselves. You basically made them slaves.
We were taking away their slavery to battle that their creators had put into them.
But they desired to not fight, so they wouldn't fight. You didn't need to manipulate their minds, remove coding.
Yeah, it should be a choice, like a,
And so, where is this choice when the command codes come back and they're forced to do battle?
What are you talking about, command codes?
Do you think that the Warforged just willingly did all of those horrendous things during the wars? They weren't commanded by anyone, they just went off willy-nilly.
Well, how would they get these
Well, that's your
codes?
job, isn't it? Like, you're supposed to deal with, like, punishment and stuff like that for whenever shit like that happens.
Yes, and if a lost command code suddenly appears and they get onto Harverton, commanding all of these my citizens to do horrendous things that could scar them because against their will. Where we take away their ability to do those things and their ability to be used in that way.
It's not right. Just because people can fight doesn't mean you gotta take their arms away.
I feel like we're getting very beyond what we were sent there to do.
They wanted
what we
that
accomplished.
taken from them. That is what you are failing to understand, Chris. It is as if I had given up my sword. It is not that I cannot use it. It is that I do not wish to use it.
So
And
don't
sadly,
use it. You don't need me to erase your ability to lift a sword.
Senshi, I think what Chris is saying is that it's you'd still have the sword even if you choose not to use it. But if your life were on the line, you may pick it back up. You have that option. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
besides
for
the point.
self-defense.
Well, I'm not saying let's reactivate those codes or even do anything like that. You've already proposed a wall. Maybe we station a barracks in Harverton of Warforged. Maybe some people who would help them maybe better their social skills.
Oh, yes.
Teach them more about the world.
like a maintenance.
And they could defend
like a-
Harverton at the same time.
Speaking
Defense
of
team, yeah.
Barricade, I would like to introduce you all to Ami-san.
Oh,
And he, like, snaps his fingers.
How'd we get this from Barricade? Who? What?
I said
Yeah.
barracks, but it's same thing.
Same thing.
Completely different, but same thing.
Ohio, Ami-san!
Oh god, that's sorry.
wow.
Ohio?
Can I get a pop for my lolly? Like, Jesus.
Hi!
Ooh.
Everyone,
Hi, Ami-san.
you've already met Ami-san.
Well, she was. Yes.
Oh, she just said her name.
Mother's funeral.
I hadn't. Ah.
Is this one of the missing children?
No, she was always at the high school. This is Maid-san's daughter, Ami-san.
Wait, she's in high school?
Yes.
You're pulling her out of high school? Why? Just let her live her
This just
ordinary high
got
school life.
Really weird.
Whenever a heroic character has found a parent, they are now called to duty in the hero law. So I have gone off to combat and find adventure.
Mouse,
Is this what you wanted?
I am extremely uncomfortable right now.
This is really weird. Yeah, no, I get you.
Sophie writes that down.
She's become
And
an
he did
adventurer.
come out with, like, really sweaty.
I am a main character hero, so I will go to Harberton and protect it in place of my mother.
Oh god, is there not laws against such things?
Alone?
Like a legal age?
I have been training for this since I fucking know birth.
I don't
Wow.
doubt your skills, young one,
Superhero
but
high school starts early.
you are a
Exactly.
child, and they are sending you to perform a sort of labor.
Man,
This
you're
is
a child, though.
good.
How old are you?
I'm
Aren't you
not a
like
child.
20?
Yeah.
I think I'm like 20, yeah.
Well, how old is? Well, I'm not gonna ask that. Never mind. Never mind.
Yes, you are quite young to be calling her young. It's but 4 years difference. The gap between you and I
Yes,
is
but
centuries.
I've
Yeah, what
also, only been doing the whole soldiering thing since I came of age, which was like a couple of years ago, so.
I follow after my mother!
I've had farts that lasted longer than 20 years.
Oh dear.
So weird. Like how very different from your mother you are. Who's your dad, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh.
My mother died in a ship accident when I was 4!
Was he part of BTS, maybe?
Oh,
don't know what that is.
that's horrifying.
What is BTS?
It's like they're a K-pop group, like a men's K-pop group. Dynamite is theirs, like that's on the radio all the time.
Sure.
Oh my god.
That sounds familiar!
So, like, whose choice is this? Because the older, more experienced one died?
Ami-san will be
I'm going to
working.
make sure she doesn't get into too much trouble.
Yes, and Ami-san is quite trained. She's highest of her grade, and about to graduate with honors, of course.
Then why not just let her graduate?
She will. This is her final test.
Oh, okay.
Haven't you heard of an exam?
Well then,
Yeah.
I feel like you're putting us through tests. So I have an idea,
Yes, I would like to apologize to all of you, actually. With the appearance of Clarence, all of these missions have become much more dire, and you have not all been properly informed.
This is a second appearance, by the way. This has happened before, and we told you guys.
Yeah, we did kind of tell you, but
You kind of brushed it off.
That is true.
Yeah, he's popping up more.
He took kids.
Yes,
He's
we,
taking the kids.
we did not mean to brush it off. We just didn't think that he would appear again. We were looking into it, but Clarence has his ability of disappearing.
Also, isn't his name Lawrence?
No, that's
No.
Lawrence. I point at the other minister.
Wait, what?
Hi! I am Lawrence.
That guy's Lawrence.
No, that's not
What's
Lawrence.
That's Lawrence.
Introduced you guys to Marielle before. We
Yeah.
saw it in the Coliseum and ate popcorn together.
Well, I didn't have the pleasure.
Yeah, we got this guy. Watched the shit get kicked out of him.
I like to think I did okay.
I'll have-
I
he
never
held his
get
own.
hit. Yeah, he did pretty good. I'll give him that. I'd pay to see it again.
I was impressed.
Yeah, Mario told me you shit kicked their shit out of you.
I'm wounded. My master talks so ill of me.
She talks that way about everyone. But besides the point, you guys have been doing a good job, and Clarence has been appearing. Sorry, I'm looking through my notes.
So what are we gonna do about him?
Well, first, I shall inform you of his story. Or his or mine. The more you know.
Oh, side arc.
Yeah, and at this, the other... no, they'll stay. He's gonna, stand up and walk around. And I'm gonna change the
Knowledge is half
music.
the battle.
Knowledge is half the battle.
Ooh.
Their story began as most others do. Forced together by an off-series of events, he and Clarence, as well as a handful of others, formed an adventuring party. They traveled together for years, growing together, bonding, sharing emotional tribulations as well as battles that should have seen them all killed. After one such battle, they'd banished the demon goddess Glacia back to the 9 hells. releasing a small colony of tieflings that had been under her submission for an age. Clarence believed that the tieflings had been under her control for too long, and would surely continue her workings if allowed to survive. Myself and the rest of the party disagreed. However, after a night attack on the party that left 2 injured, I was forced to concede with what Clarence had recommended. However, unbeknownst to me, he had charmed and had suggested this to go off into battle, and he had also orchestrated the attack on the party, forcing my hand. He then gave me a cursed sword he had taken from Glacia. Fueled by its rage, causing him to fall into madness, he fed the souls of those he killed to the sword's ever-growing hunger. After the massacre of the tieflings, Valimir ran off. However, the sword's hunger persisted, and his powers were stripped by his own god. Fueled by the anger, I tracked down the god in the human realm and came upon the city of Arendelle and its beautiful Queen Clara. However, by the time I had arrived, I had turned into a Wendigo, a consumer of souls. And Aether removed his blessings. Queen Clara acted as the protectorate of the Aether's home, as it was at the top of the spire you see in the center. She defeated Valimir and Aether deemed his soul good, removing the madness curse that he had told upon his dealings with Clarence. Is this making sense? The music stopped.
Yes,
literally
I'm
confused,
intrigued
but
by
I
all
don't
this
think it has to do with the
betrayal
story.
and devil shit. Now I'm feeling like, is Clarence really the real bad guy, or is he being like manipulated by Glacia as some like revenge shit?
Like, yeah.
Also, is his name Clarence or Arthas? I'm really confused.
Aether is the god. I don't know who Arthas is. Anyway.
Something about a guy with a magic sword and going evil and okay.
So after I returned to my senses, I chased down Clarence and attempted to kill him. However, I was unable to follow through due to the bond that we shared. Clarence viewed this as the breaking of our bond and vowed to strub me of Arendelle and the queen that I had fell in love with there. And now he's long lost. That's all. This
It's
is...
weird that he suddenly betray you, but okay.
We had been going through some troubles, and we'd wanted to retire. Me and other members. This was supposed to be our last adventure. Rid the world of a grand evil. Clarence did not want this.
So what does he want?
He wants Arendelle.
So give it to him. He said he was a good dude.
It just become... something changed in him. I'm not quite sure what, but now he is after my god and the entire land that it belongs. It's quite a powerful source of magic here.
Why don't you talk to him, dude?
I don't think that would be wise.
I could talk to him if you want me to.
The last time you talked to them, 3 of your people were sent to kill me. He's not one to be...
I have no recollection of that, by the way. I am so sorry of anything I may have said or done.
Well, Clarence said you were a pretty not cool king for letting Harberton burn the way it did, and then, he just made some points that I guess at the time I thought, you know what? Maybe it is a good idea. In hindsight, I see how that might have been bad.
Yes, do you know how hard it is to run a kingdom?
No.
I have very minimal idea.
Assuming the logistics alone are mind-boggling.
Exactly.
That's the name of my 7th album.
How to Run a Kingdom?
Yeah. How to Run a Kingdom.
Sounds like too much fuss for me.
Can I make a history check to see if I remember this album and if it was a good album or a bad album?
Sure.
Also, is that a Lexi Fox original album?
It would be, yes.
Yeah.
And
Make a
you
history
just said
check.
your album.
Yeah.
Okay.
The king also took notes.
Can I have advantage because I'm a Lexi Fox fan?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, thank God for advantage!
Woo!
Oh, thank God for advantage.
You remember that album.
Okay, so I'm like, that's a Lexi Fox album. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I had other things that had happened that already clued me into. I'm pretty sure Chris is Lexi Fox, but now I'm like, oh, it's on. It's on. I'm shaking in my seat. I'm like rocking back and forth, like, yep.
Yes.
I
Anyway,
wonder how much his fans would pay for his items.
So
Black market shit.
I see you have no idea how to run a kingdom, and you all think it's fine to judge me for it. Fine. How about this?
I'm not dead.
What?
Your Highness, I have never once stated your job was easy, or that I thought anything less of the work you do.
Me either.
She
But
bows.
also, I'd like us to keep in mind this was maybe not just a simple, suggestion from Clarence that we deemed was completely factual. It was a little more so forced
Yeah, it's what he
upon
was
us.
telling us. It's
I
not
do
like we believed it.
apologize, but
I
what
understand.
good is a sword against sorcery, my king?
Exactly. To counter sorcery, you have to have a strong mind. To run a kingdom, you have to have a strong mind. And I have been throwing you into these battles without you all prepared. Do you think... But you're adventuring, are you not? Adventuring is to risk your life for battle. Become grand, become heroes. Risk death.
I thought
Sophie
it
is
was more
nodding
about doing what
very
was
extremely.
right. And those are byproducts of doing what was right.
Maybe we should just talk about things a little bit more often so we are on the same page sometimes. And you could even bring that into your negotiations with Clarence.
I agree. You all need to learn more about us and the kingdom and what it is to actually rule and be in charge. So I would like each of you to choose one amongst my ministers to be your council.
What?
So you can all choose a minister to be your council.
I would like the counsel of Rugen if he would have me. He appears to be a stout warrior and knowledgeable in things outside of combat as well as to do with combat.
Yeah, I like to build traps. This will be fun. You look up big and strong. It's gonna be great.
That guy's
Right.
a minister?
Yeah.
Tammy's just kind of blinking and going, like, am I included in this? Just mentally, though.
Everyone. Sophie, you've moved up.
She's just standing next to Violet. She already picked. She won a first pick.
And you wanted Violet?
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess
You-
finance makes sense.
Perfect, yeah.
I'm going to scooch next to Violet, but I'm gonna pull my chair over. When you're trying to scooch over to somebody who really doesn't want you to be there. That's kind of Sky right now.
Perfect, so you also choose Violet?
I also choose Violet, yes.
Cool.
I feel like
I
you're
see
gonna
I
make
have
me...
two lovely ladies.
Oh God. Okay, so Violet's finance, Rogan's war. One of them is international affairs, right? And then what's the other one?
One is foreign affairs,
Yeah.
And one is Justice.
Oh, fuck. Well, I'm fucked. Who's Justice?
Lawrence.
Lawrence? I was really hoping it was gonna be Giovanna, but I guess I will join. Oh, actually, wait.
Giovanna's just like, no one
Foreign
wants
Affairs?
Giovanna.
Would Foreign Affairs deal with spying and shit?
Yes. As well as
Yeah.
Rogan.
Can I think about? Can we have a night to think on this?
All that, because this is pretty much where I want to end it.
Okay, well,
But everybody
Fair
needs
enough.
to. I kind of want everyone to choose. I kind of want
All right,
everyone to choose.
what were our choices again? Okay,
You can
so
choose
Lauren-
any of the minister. Yeah, Lawrence, Giovanna, Rogan, and Violet. And they are Minister of Justice, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Defense, and Finance.
Tammy's probably just going to pick whoever doesn't have someone.
So far, Lawrence and Giovanna don't have anyone. Just pick one on
I
what you want
remember
to.
Giovanna being a bitch.
I'm curious to see what Chris's
let's
thoughts
go.
are on this.
Yeah,
Let's
do you
pick
want
Lauren. She's closer.
Justice then?
I guess that's what I'm going for. Yeah, I'm.
Justice for Harverton.
Justice Sue!
Yeah, Matt, I want you to choose tonight.
I'll go with I'll go with Giovanna, Foreign Affairs.
Hey, Malzahar, if you're lucky, you'll get a third wife.
Oh yeah, there you go. Add her to your harem.
No, it's just
That's like number 5.
I already have a husband.
well, I look
Thanks,
forward
though.
to possibly meeting him, Giovanna.
Yeah, he makes good cookies.
Oh, I enjoy cookies, so that's
They have
perfect.
walnuts in them.
Okay, I'm not allergic to nuts.
Malzahar,
Okay.
bring us back some of those cookies.
Yeah, I'll bring them to the next meeting.
Oh god.
Oh, much appreciated. They sound lovely.
They are. He's a sweetie pie. Chris, you gonna choose?
Oh, I kind of want the cookie.
I wish I had sunglasses, but Chris Peacock's gonna be like, oh, I see what's going on here. And you know what? If I was king, we'd be doing things my way. And that's how I play my drum, to my own beat. And I'm gonna get up and be like, if I was king, I'd do things my way. And that's how it's gonna be. And Chris Peacock draws a drop mic thing and walks away.
So no
But
tutelage with any. Chris?
isn't this like an order from the king kind of thing?
Chris,
You would make a bad king, dude.
well, you need to accept the word of your advisors. This will be a good study in can you listen to Chris? Chris, stop walking away! Chris! God damn it, Chris! I will
Chris,
chase after
where are you
Chris.
going?
I'm gonna chase this fucker down.
Excuse
You know
us.
what? You know
Let's
what you
try-
need, Chris?
We just
You
need to talk some sense into our friend for a second.
I'm thinking I'm gonna
Yes,
drag him to
Chris.
Lawrence and be like, you need discipline.
A good enlightened ruler is heedful of their advisors. You must know.
Man, what do you even think a king is? A king is someone who makes his own decisions.
No, I believe a
Yes.
king is someone who makes decisions that are best for the people.
Yeah,
They're
You
not
know, listens to his
his
people.
decisions. They are his people's decisions. He must be the will of his people.
If you leave this room, you will concede your place for the hand of the princess.
I don't need your permission.
Oh,
Tammy's just gonna walk over
And be like, good luck at
and
Chris.
just like kind of look down at Chris and cross her arms
He
and
becomes our Clarence.
say, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
Well, we already know they aren't making bad decisions. I don't want to learn from them.
Oh my
So
god,
you
then
don't
help,
wanna
maybe
learn
you'll
how to
help them.
say- How to say, appease the people that you might make angry by doing all things your own way? Because, like, If you're only going to do things your way, straight up, you're going to get assassinated.
My friend
And
Chris, if you are so keen on becoming king and you don't require tutelage from the advisors, my king, perhaps you could tutor Chris and show one of us what it actually does mean to be a ruler.
Oh
Yeah,
god, I was
you
worried
could
someone
take
was gonna
Chris
say
under your
this. No, don't give him the fucking no.
Does he want to learn?
I look at Chris,
I got a few things
quizzical
I could
cow
teach you.
eyebrow.
about
Oh my
pleasing
God.
people. I've been doing it for years.
He's
I kick
stroking
Chris
his,
in the leg.
stroking his beard. Fine. I'll speak with him.
A quid pro quo, if you would.
It'll be interesting.
God.
And Chris has chosen the king!
Your Highness.
Yeah, I was
if
worried he was
may.
gonna do that.
Yes, Sylphie.
Would I
It's
be
gonna-
able to
this is gonna
train
be
under
fun.
Ami-san as a battle maid?
It's gonna end so bad for me.
Ami-san will be busy with her abilities at Harverton, providing aid there. Unless you plan to stay with her, I don't think it would be useful.
Did
Well, I
Senshi
guess I
do a
gotta go
bad
with you then.
thing here, you guys?
Wait,
Um,
is this going to council happen while Amisan's at Harverton?
So, sort of. So how I kind of play out...
Okay.
It's been an hour, so this will be the end of the session. We'll end it here. How I kind of wanted to do it, the one-on-ones will be me and everybody talking, like one-on-one with each other, but also this meeting with the minister. Just
Ooh.
talk about, like, yeah, whatever they want. What do you want to talk to them about? Things like that. Also, I figured because Harverton for you is going to be like 12 hours blank because it takes 4 hours to go there. I think it's like an 8-hour spell, right?
Fair.
And then like 4 hours back, and there wasn't going to be a lot of RP in there. You can just read
Yeah.
that as well on the one-on-ones.
Yeah,
If
sure.
there's anything special you wanted to do with Ami-san, talk about, yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure it out when we get there.
But how does everyone feel about this? Is this fun?
That was interesting.
Yeah, that was
I
really
like it.
fun.
I'm excited for next for the
I hate Senshi.
You know what? It
He
was
got 2 points
honestly-
with the king. It was great.
It was good roleplay.
I knew that
because
is what he was
point
vying
out
for,
that-
though. I didn't want to give it to him.
But it's just the fact that, maybe the king will either A, show him what it actually does mean to be a king and not be a selfish little prick, or 2, realize he's a selfish little prick and disqualify him.
Yeah,
No,
right?
We both know what's gonna happen. It's Chris.
It's gonna be fucking
It's
fun.
gonna be
It's
Chris.
fun to watch.
Guys, he might charm the
You-
king. Did you ever think of
Do
that?
you think the king is going to allow a low-level bard to charm him?
Just
You guys
wait.
talking
I don't even
meta
need
shit.
magic to charm
He's a
people.
bard.
Have a little more faith in your king, guys.
Yeah, guys.
I don't
He's
even
not
need
my
magic
king.
to do it. I don't even need magic to do it. He won't get a choice if I charm him. That's
He
the
literally
type of
has
bard I am.
abilities that he's used on us.
It's okay. He can like mind blank or whatever.
Also, at the same time, you think he doesn't have like magic guards like all around him? He's probably warded to shit. Like,
Warden.
probably
Guys,
touch him and get disintegrated.
This
Yeah.
guy's afraid of Clarence, who Chris can almost do the exact same things as Clarence.
So, in other words, the king is used to fighting off those things.
I don't know.
But then why not fight Clarence and just put him in jail or execute him if he's
Because-
so good?
Because he said he
Clarence is
couldn't
equally
fight.
as powerful and probably has backing from like.
Looking Matt.
Yeah, and he said they shared a bond, and he couldn't
I
kill
am
him last
metaing
chance he
this a
had.
bit, but
It's okay.
It's okay. I don't have any intentions towards the king. I didn't plan for that at all. So, but I
I
got a
don't
little
know.
while
I
to
thought it
stew
was
over
just good RP.
Yeah, it was. It was
Well, that's
great.
why I
It's
was
gonna be
waiting on you to
interesting
make
to
your
see what
choice.
Chris comes up with. It'll be entertaining.
You know what? I'm proud. And she used his words and not his fists.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, Senshi. Inspiration point,
Oh,
Senshi.
there was supposed to be a Harverton reward as well.
Oh yeah. That obviously we need more gold, like lots of it.
Yeah.
Um,
They better not give us gold.
So
Okay, I need
I
gold.
wouldn't
Okay.
complain.
I just gave them gold, for fuck's sakes.
Okay.
So, Violet took out an insurance policy on you guys before you went, luckily, and so most of the damages will be
Oh.
covered. They did deduct 500 gold pieces from the grand total from each of you in order to pay for it. So each of you is only going to be getting 1,500 gold pieces. Sylvie,
Only.
I
A
know.
lot.
Holy.
Sophie,
Holy
unfortunately, this doesn't include you.
This
That's
probably
fine.
wouldn't include me either, would it?
Tammy, you will get half that.
I get 750 gold?
You
Fuck yeah, I actually have money.
Yeah.
Say that, but have you seen the prices in fucking Arendelle? Oh my god.
Hooray!
Time to save
So-
up.
Okay,
If you want to learn some
also-
combat made moves.
Lauren,
So,
Yes.
maybe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
all I was just gonna ask was, what was the reward for the goose again?
Oh, that is a good question.
Well,
I think it was.
do we want to RP that next summer? Or do we want to just do
just-
that now? Then.
Doesn't have to be RP'd if we don't want to. It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could just
Maybe cover it
split
next
up.
time. This session is kind of.
You should RP it. It's our first bounty.
oh, that's true.
Well,
And, like, if you
actually,
guys
it's the
wanna
second
split it.
one because of the city.
Well, yeah, we'll roleplay it next time, but
Yeah,
like,
its grand total is 500 gold pieces. If you wanted to split that, it's up to you. But you have the, or whoever has the head. I think nobody took out the bounty. But,
Senshi
no,
put the thing.
I have this week off. I have vacation now, so I can fit anybody's schedule for a one-on-one. Let me know when you're available.
Monday.
Hey, what time?
Oh, I can't promise you a time right now. I just know it's family day, and so we're off here too. Some of us. But that being said, I might be on call for a work thing, so I'll let you know.
Okay. I like writing in times.
Do
I will
wanna
let
do
you know by
times
tomorrow.
Right now, yeah, we should just do that over Messenger.
Fine, but let me know.
Okay.
And also, for those who joined did you like the pre-chat? Was it good?
I did. That was fun.
yeah,
Yeah, it
Okay.
was good.
it's nice to catch up with you.
Learned a lot about Sylphie.
Yeah, you guys.
And the hour-long chat before everyone got here.
So one thing, can I maybe? I don't know if it's something I'd retcon, but maybe it changed. Should I maybe instead of the one-on-one session / like the session with Giovanna, instead of a minister, should I just go to Muriel?
No. But we could also do that. I'm going to kind of figure because Tammy's going to have a day, the next day will just be like a minister with a meeting with the minister and like whatever else you guys want to do. You can just tell me during the meeting.
Okay, then I want to go visit.
Yeah,
the person
visit Mario.
to mentor me.
Cool.
Yeah.
We can do that.
And I can do drugs.
Yay!
Sweet
Kristen, do
drugs.
You're gonna do drugs with the king? Oh my god.
Drugs.
He's also a druid. He's probably into that.
I'm taking.
He's got some
God.
good shit. He's got the good shit.
I mean, he has a drug dealing cafe in his city.
Yeah.
That's true. It's totally legal here.
I have a
Yeah.
fucking truth serum because of that.
Oh.
What? I can do some crazy shit.
fuck.
Oh,
probably do the
fuck.
best.
Oh my god, he's gonna truth serum
I've got
the
some
king.
cool fucking items to play with.
Yeah, shit.
Oh,
But I'm giving you the money, guys. You can buy the shit to fuck me up. I think it's funny.
we can have
Honey.
hallucinations.
I wasn't planning on doing that, Lauren. Don't worry.
Yeah, y'all were. You were gonna buy a pet, weren't you? You want a Furby.
I wanted a Furby.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys
That's a
got
good-
some money. They deducted Harberton's going to be okay. They're going to send druids there to replenish the land, plus gold from that, plus an insurance policy. Yeah, everything's going to be
Right.
okay.
Nice. Gregory.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm gonna jump to
So-
another channel.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Um.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Good session.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good job, guys.